All right, so the last time the question that was answered was about who the sons of Adam took as wives, and we were able to find the answer in the Bible, Genesis chapter 5, verse 4. So the next question we are going to deal with is on the topic of heaven and hell. Okay, some people want to know whether um there is indeed life after death. So let's still go to the scriptures. All right, so scriptures is our sole authority. I believe in sola scriptura. Okay, believe that we can find all our answers in scriptures. Okay, so let's dig in. Let's search the scriptures. So yes, let's go. So we're going to search for everywhere we can find hell in the scriptures. Okay. So here we see the first mention of hell is in Deuteronomy 32 verse 22. So let's see whether this hell is referring to the afterlife. Alright, so it says, "For fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountain." It's okay, okay. Then the next mention of hell is in 2 Samuel 22 verse 6. "The sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me." Okay, so this is talking about, yeah, definitely the afterlife. Okay, Job 11 verse 8, it is as high as heaven, what canst thou do? Deeper than air, what canst thou know? Right. Job 26 verse 6, hell is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. Okay, this is where I'm going. Psalm 9 verse 17. "The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God." So from this scripture, we see that hell is a place of punishment or torment for the wicked. Okay, so but let's see the context from verse 15 to 20. "The hidden are sunk down in the pits that they made. The nets which they hid is their own foot taking." Okay, the Lord is known by the judgment. So this is talking about judgment, which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Haggai, "The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the hidden be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men." So yeah, hell is referring to punishment or judgment. Okay. Alright, in Psalm 16 verse 10, "For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption." Alright, so this hell here being, is being used as a place for the dead, okay, where the dead souls are kept. So the word translated here means that. Okay, alright. In 18 verse 5, the sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me. Let's keep going. Says Psalm 55 verse 15, this a prayer asking judgment on the wicked. It says, let death cease upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. Okay, so from these scriptures, we've seen that hell is a place where people souls are being kept, and it is not a good place. Okay, now we see a contrast in Psalm 139 verse 8. If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. So meaning there is a spiritual place called heaven, okay, where God is dwelling. It says, if I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. So this is also showing that the presence of God cuts across both heaven and hell. Okay. Now let's keep going. Don't forget that hell is a place where the dead is kept. Okay. Hell is also a place where the wicked gets punished. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. And if Proverbs 5 verse 5, our feet go down to death, our steps take hold on hell. So death and hell has been going together. Alright, so showing that it's a place where man dreads. Okay. In Proverbs 7 verse 27, our house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. You see death and hell going together again. Proverbs 9 verse 18, but you knoweth not that the dead are there, and that our guests are in the depths of hell. You see dead and hell again. 15 verse 11, hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more then the hearts of the children of men? Alright. 15 verse 24, the way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. So death and hell are seen as evil things, okay, and equivalent to destruction and all that. It says in Isaiah 5 verse 14, therefore hell has enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. So basically, hell is a place where the dead receive judgment. Okay? Alright. Now, what does Jesus say about this to bring us clarity? Okay? Jesus includes the concept of fire to hell. So, this is there.